What's up, guys? It's Neonate with another Settlers of Catan gameplay. Got an interesting game for you today. Let's get right into it. I'm in the second position with orange going first. Let's take a look at the board. As you know, the first thing that I look at when I place initial settlements is where are the ores. In this particular board, the 8 ore, which is the best one, is stuck in the corner here behind the desert. So it's going to be an interesting game. The other ores are the 4 and the 11. So because that 8 ore is stuck in the corner, it's going to make moves like the 8-10 plausible, even though that's only worth 8 points. Being next to that 8 is important. I'm in the second position, and I think when you're first or second, you can't really take that kind of risk. You really need to take higher producing spots. And so orange takes the 3-4-6, which I think is a solid move, worth 10 points. Gets her ore, wheat, and sheep. So now I'm in the second position, and I really think I need to lock up ore. And I'm looking really right at this 4-9-11. It's only worth 9 points, 5 of which are ore. And I'm looking around the board. I see a few places where I can get wheat and sheep. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I think, getting 9 points, that sacrifice is worth it. Obviously there are other spots, the 5-9-10. There's 2 of those spots that are worth 11 points. 3-4-8, 3-8-10, those are worth 10 points. The 5-6-11 is worth 11 points. But, that's how important ore is. I'm willing to give up production to be next to those because I'll be able to upgrade faster and, double my production. And one of the reasons I chose that is, like I said, I see the 5-6-12 is an option for getting wheat and sheep. 3-4 is 3-8-10 or 5-9-10 would be unbelievable, but someone's likely to take that spot. White takes the 5-6-11. That's worth 11 points. A good spot, a little light on the ore, but pretty strong brick and wheat. Blue takes the 3-8-10, which is worth 10 points, a little bit unexpected. I would have thought she would take the 5-9-10 with the sheep and go towards the sheep port, but she gives up that great spot in order to go for that brick port play, and then takes the 4-6-11, which is worth 10 points. So she's got 3 tiles producing brick, headed towards the brick port. She's got 20 points, no ore. And unfortunately, white, already had a good spot with the 5-6-11. Looks like he's going to get the 5-9-10 and head towards that sheep port, even potentially can contest the brick port. And so that 5-9-10 will be worth 11 points, plus his original 11, he'll be at 22 points. So really strong production, though light on the ore. Unfortunately, it doesn't leave me with great options. I'm looking, unfortunately, at this 5-9-10, and I think it's the only reasonable option. It's worth 11 points, but it's really poor in terms of the goal of getting all 5 resources. I'm only going to have 3 out of the 5. And so getting to that 3-1 port is going to be critical for me. I'm definitely going to point towards that 9-12, and even a little bit of sheep is going to help me. This is a really tough situation. I think the only saving grace, I've got 2 tiles, both of them 9s, producing wood. The saving grace is that hopefully there's more brick produced and I can trade folks brick for wood. And then get to that 3-1 port in order to trade stuff in for sheep in order to go for largest army. So, not the best position. You can definitely see where I get stuck. In the middle game, I'll be able to upgrade the 4-9-11 and the 5-9-10 to cities and not be able to do much more than that. So getting to that port, again, is going to be critical for me. And for orange, I think she is stuck. I think the 8-10 is the only reasonable spot for her to go, and that's where she goes on the coast, headed towards perhaps the 9 wood. And so that spot's worth 8 points. She's got 18 points total. I roll a 12, can't do much until folks get brick or sheep. Those are the 2 things I'm going to need. White rolls a 7, pulls from orange, blocks that ore tile. A 6 is rolled, so that gives brick to white and blue. I'll take that brick trade with blue. So she's going to be my buddy, potentially, for wood and brick. Wow, she makes 2 steps, perhaps aggressively going for the sheep port, or perhaps just defending that brick port from white. Orange moves it onto the 6 and steals back from white. I roll a 5, can't do anything. I need a 9 to roll to give me a wood. Uh-oh, white going back to the 4. Oh, takes my brick. My precious, precious brick. That makes me mad. Now he's looking for a wood to use with his stolen brick. And he heads towards the sheep port. 9 is rolled. That gives me the wood. Too late, unfortunately. 10's rolled. That gives wheat to folks. So this is what I was afraid of. I've got a ton of wood and a ton of wheat. 2 resources that do not go well together. So I'm going to trade in the wheats for a brick and head over to that 3-1 port. It's got to be done, unfortunately. Another 10. Gives everybody wheat, and white strikes first, builds on that sheep port, so definitely a danger. Gets 2 sheeps on that 5 and has a sheep port. And, you know, the best production out of all of us. Orange rolls a 7. Takes from blue. A 9 is rolled. I'm just flush with wood. Orange looking for wood, but I definitely don't need wheat. And 8 rolls. So let me see if I can get either sheep or brick from anybody. I'll ask anybody either for wood. No, I don't need wheat. Orange, sorry. Shoot, I'm desperate. I'll take anything. No love. So I've got 7 cards. I'm just going to have to risk it. I don't really want to trade in those woods because, heck, I need the woods too. White buys a development card, so definitely a threat. An 8 is rolled, giving sheep to blue and ore to orange. Blue builds on the brick port, so she's at 3 points and a threat. 6 is rolled, that brick is blocked. Wow, orange upgrades, so she's at 3 points. This is going to be a tough game. 5 is rolled. A lot of stuff that isn't super great for me. Still need wood and brick. Brick and sheep. Anybody. Okay, orange willing to do that. Oh, blue willing to do it. I'll do 2 trades. Let's see if anybody would trade an orange, maybe. Because then I can maybe buy a development card at least. I can't stay at the number of cards that I have. So I gotta do something here. Either buy a development card or trade those woods in. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trade those woods in for an ore, and the thinking is, at least I can upgrade to a city. Don't want to get these guys to get too far ahead of me. They're already all at 3 points. You know, nobody's going to steal from me, and so that's what makes that move somewhat safe. You know, when you're behind, you want to build cities. That's definitely something to keep in mind. Blue rolls a 7, steals from orange. 6 is rolled. 11's rolled, good. I've got my city. So definitely going to city up the 4-9-11. Definitely always city up the or spots to make more cities. So now we're all tied at 3. In terms of assessing the players, White buys another development card, so he may have a potential to take army, and he's got road potential to connect his settlement. Blue likely to go road. Looks like she's making a step in that direction. Orange definitely should go for army, and I'm likely to go for army as well. So white, myself, orange likely to go for army. White definitely a double threat, and in my mind the biggest threat right now. Still trying to get a brick from anybody. Can't do it, so I'll buy a development card. Eventually I'll be able to build on that 3-1. In the meantime, it doesn't hurt to buy development cards. Oh my gosh, white has 3 development cards. That really, really scares me. Blue rolls a 7, goes after white. I like that. I'm glad she recognizes that white is a huge threat. Blue looking for wood. I would trade for a brick. I would trade for a sheep. She extends to the 11-12, which is interesting. I would think she would just go for the 4-8 rather than going to the 11-12. That's curious. I'll trade orange. She needs a wood. An 8's rolled. Still looking for brick. Oh, well, now blue has it. Let me see if I can get a weed out of somebody. Or I'll just have to be patient. Well, there you go. Blue will do it since she doesn't have any ore production. That gives me the settlement I need, so I'm at 4 points. Hopefully people don't think that I'm winning, because I still feel that white is the biggest threat. He plays a knight and it still has 2 hidden cards. Puts it on the 4. Steals from me, so I think he thinks I'm a threat. 5's rolled. Gives him 2 sheeps. He buys another development card. Yuck. 2's rolled. Doesn't help anybody. Blue builds on the 11-12. Again, a little bit mysterious to me. I mean, I guess she doesn't want to connect her roads and appear too much of a threat. But I still would have thought going to the 4-8 would make more sense. Orange looking for a brick. Uh-oh, probably going to go after white since he said he needed it. 2 rolls. Oh, and orange has 2 knights as well. Okay, white plays another knight, so he's at 2 knights now with 2 hidden. So he's definitely ahead. I mean, both of them are way ahead of me in terms of the army race, so I'm not doing well. White goes after orange, and orange is like, dude, everyone else has 4 points. Why are you taking from me? And then so white rolls a 7 and steals from me. So that kind of worked. 9 rolls. One of my 9s is blocked, but I got 2 woods still. Orange rolls a 7. I like that she's focused on white. I do think he's a big threat. And she buys another development card. It's going to be tough. Well, he mirrors her response. She says, hey, they have 4 points. Now, there we go. White shows a 3rd knight, so he's at 5 points. Oh, steals from me. So I think it's all on white right now. 3 knights and a hidden card. Uh-oh, make an aggressive move. Uh-oh. Oh, cutting off blue and getting himself to that ore port and that 4-8, which is 8 points. I throw out a nicely played. I'm sure blue is steamed. She can no longer connect. She really is going to have a tough time competing now for long road. You know, white now has army, can also take road. So, oh my goodness. Huge play. Orange rolls a 10. Still looking for wood. I've got 8 cards, so I'd like 2 cards instead of just 1. When I have over 7 cards, I like to get a 2 for 1. Because then that way, even if a 7 rolls, I feel like I got something out of it. Oh my gosh, orange buys 2 development cards. So this army race looks like it's done. So I have 8 cards, so I play my knight. I definitely recommend using the knight when you have over 7 cards. It doesn't hurt you. And it gives you more information. So I'm lucky there. 7 does not roll. Let me see if anybody will trade me anything for these woods. Orange will do it. So I think try to buy development cards, try to upgrade that 5, 9, 10 now that I have a port. Oh my gosh, I get a road building. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I guess it opens up the possibility of extending to that 3-8 potentially. Really desperate for anything to do, so I'll trade for a brick. And again, with the idea of getting a sheep from somebody and building to that 3-8. Oh my gosh, white plays another knight, so he's at 4 knights. Oh, great. Steals my brick again. Unbelievable. Oh, well, the 12 hit, though. I got my sheep. 4 rolls, blocked. Blue looking for brick, weird. Blue looking for wood. So now she's just stuck. She can't do anything. And 8 rolls. Orange buys another development card, so she has 3 hidden. I don't think there's a brick out there, so I'll probably do a 3 for 1 here. And I'll probably build on that 3-8. But first, I just like to see if anybody will trade with me. It's always good to try to get the trades done before you build. But since nobody will trade with me, I'll go ahead and use my road building, get to the 3-8, build there, so I'll be at 5 points. With potential to connect, but without brick, I think it'll be difficult to do. White is super dangerous. If he extends 1 more road, he'll be at 7 points. He's looking for sheep. Oh my gosh, don't trade him. He'll build at that 4-8. And then, oh my gosh, and then extend a road. He'll be at 8 points. Blue, why would you do that? I throw out a nicely played. I'm seething with sarcasm. He just cut you off, Blue. Why'd you just give him a card that he needed? And how did that trade help you? Trading all those for a brick and a wood. Okay. Totally aimless, Blue. 4's rolled. My 4's still blocked. Okay. Orange plays a road building. Okay. Probably going to build on that wood spot. No, not yet. Still has 2 hidden. 10's rolled, so I've got wood and wheat again. Let's see if anybody will trade. No love, so gotta pass. 9 rolls. Wow, gives me 4 woods. I'm preparing my you're too far ahead to trade with, but white doesn't trade. Blue rolls, oh my gosh, another 9. Gives me another 4 woods. Uh-oh. No. It's a little worrisome. Orange with 2 hidden cards. One of them could be a mono. Another 9. Gives me another 4 woods. And now orange looking to give wood, which is the opposite of what she's been doing the whole game. So I find that very suspicious. I think many of you are aware of the dirty mono trick, which is trade away a resource and then call it all back with mono, which is exactly what orange tried to do there. Fortunately, I didn't fall for it, but unfortunately, she got 15 of my woods. I usually counsel not using monos till the end of the game. But, you know, there were a lot of woods out there. She's like, oh, does anybody want wood? And I was like, what, after you tried that sneaky mono trick? And I will say that I definitely try that trick as well. You know, I think it's part of the game. And I think good players always, you need to be aware that folks can try that. You know, and it was kind of obvious, right? She's trading something that she had previously wanted every turn. But I also, like I've said, recommend doing monos at the end of the game. And by then, you know, hopefully you win shortly thereafter. Yeah, and so the hate doesn't last very long. You know, if you win the game with a dirty trick mono, you know, people are like, all right, good move. But if you do it in the beginning of the game, then people hate you and go after you all game long. Okay, so orange is able to build 2 settlements with that terrific mono pull, so she's at 5 points. I roll a 4, still blocked. White rolls a 7. Let's see where he puts it. Puts it on orange. Buys another development card. Blue rolls a 7. What? Pulls from orange, I guess. Definitely think white is ahead. 8 is rolled. So she doesn't have a knight there. I roll an 11, so I've got a city. Let me see, I may want to buy a development card, but I think I'd be fine with upgrading. Don't want to trade with white, I'll trade with blue. Buy a development card. You know, I'm conscious of not getting ahead. Not getting ahead of white. Or even the appearance of being tied with white. And I got lucky with this victory point. So there have been so many knights out there, it's definitely worth keeping track of them. White has 4, orange has 2, I have 1. So that's 7 knights. As you know, there are 14 knights in the deck. So whoever gets to 7 knights will have a lock-on army if it gets to that point. Blue builds, so she's capped at 5 settlements. She takes Long Road. So depending on what her development cards are, she could be at 9 points. But if she doesn't have victory points, then she'll have a tough game. But she might be close. But I think if white builds 2 more roads or connects, then she's going to be lost. Orange looking for sheep. I don't think I want to help her at all. Though we're technically tied. She buys another development card. I just throw out there that I think orange and white are winning. So let me try to buy development cards. Try to catch up. White looking for ore. I don't think I want to help him city up. There's only 8 development cards left. Only 6 development cards left. Ugh, I just got 2 knights. So I'm not sure that helps me. Well, now we really got to count. White with 4 knights. Oh, he just upgrades. So he's at 7 points. 1 hidden. If he takes road, he could win. So 4 knights there, 2 with orange, so that's 6. 7, 8, 9. So there's 5 more knights in the deck. There's only 4 more knights in the deck. Three's rolled. I'm wondering if I can get to 5 knights. It'll be tough. I guess I might as well play my knight. I just needed a card in order to buy a development card. Oh, I got a monopoly. Sorry, Orange. Orange is protesting that she only has 5 points. I say sorry, I was desperate. I'm saying both of them are close. She's saying not really. Let's see what blue can do. She's looking for wood. Uh-oh. Orange trades her wood for 2 weeds. You don't want to give her the game, you know? Uh-oh. Looks like blue made a mistake. Tried to build a 6th settlement, which you're not allowed to do. She thought she'd win the game by building that 6th settlement. So it illustrates a very important rule to the end game is know your win condition. You can't build 6 settlements. You can't build 5 cities. So that's a costly mistake, and now we know she has 2 victory points. So she's made 2 mistakes in this game so far. Orange upgrades, so she's at 6, maybe 7. Well, she's an invention, so let's see what she gets for that. Gets wool, buys a development card. So there are not many development cards left. 2 rolls. So blue has 2 victory points. I'm going to move it now onto white, I think. Maybe I should take from blue. She really has 9 points, jeez. But I think white's going to take it from here. I'm going to upgrade. And I've got a mono, so I'm at 7 points. Uh-oh. So white plays his knight, so that's 5 knights now. 5 plus 3 plus my 3. So that's 11 knights. There are only 3 remaining. It pulls from me. So white is likely to hold on to army. And he's in a great position to take road, which is what's scary. Orange is like, gotta take from blue. She has 9 points. But I know white is thinking about taking road right now, and then he'll be at 9, so I don't really want to cheer for him. He's looking for brick. I throw out a you're too far ahead to trade with. If he connects his settlements, he'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which will take and keep road. I could potentially connect, but if I could mono brick, and I have a ton of wood in my hand, so that's potential. Trades in stuff for brick. Uh-oh, looks like he's gonna make a move. He's making the move. Uh-oh. Oh, takes long road. Yeah, seriously, I don't know what blue is doing. Just giving white the game with those trades. So white at 9 points. Looks like this is pretty much over. Oh my gosh, white. So orange plays a knight, so she's at 4 knights. There are 5 plus 4 plus 3. So 12. There's only 2 left. I roll a 7. I'm taking from white, obviously. I can't do anything here. Twelve is rolled. He trades in for ores, so he needs a city, I guess, or he's trying to city to win. So he has 2 ores in his hand. So I may want a mono. White just building random roads, I guess. Useless. Oh my gosh, a 5 giving white sheep and wheat. Orange buys a development card. A 7, yuck. At least white is hurt as well. I know he's going to keep those ores. So let's see if I can pluck one. Yay, I am lucky plucking one. Only 3 development cards left. Only 2 left. So I've got 2 victory points. I know blue has 2, so there's 4. There's 1 victory point and 2 knights. If I've done the math right. 5 plus 4 plus 3. That's 12. So I'm letting orange know that I have no knights. So there's still 2 knights left. Unless blue has one, which I don't think blue does. So if orange can buy both of those knights, then... Okay, so she has 1 knight. So that means there's a victory point and a knight left. 2 dev cards left. 1 is a victory point, 1 is a knight. I roll a 4. So I could buy a development card here, but I'm not going to do it. See, there's only 2 cards left. Because if I buy that knight, then, you know, I want orange to buy it. You know, I guess I could get lucky and buy the victory point, but... Yeah, so I'm letting everybody else, or letting orange know right now where we stand. There's 2 dev cards in the deck. There's 1 knight left and 1 victory point left, and I'm saying you gotta buy development cards. You gotta buy that knight and show it for the 6th knight. White, wow, he can't buy a development card, so that's great. Yeah, if he had bought a development card, he would have either won the game or locked it up. Locked up army, which would eventually win him the game. Oh no. Blue, you freaking idiot. Buys a development card, ruining the whole plan. And I just asked her, did you get the knight? Because if she did, then she just screwed us all. Uh-oh, looks like orange got the victory point and blue got the knight. So I think blue has made 3 or maybe 4 mistakes this game. But I think it illustrates, you know, at a high level, you have to start counting the dev cards that are left in the game. So blue totally blew it. Either not paying attention or who knows what. You know, giving white everything he needed to to basically, cut her off, and then gave him cards to take long road, then just bought the knight that orange could have played to extend the game. And she had tried to build a sixth settlement. Anyway, so orange upgrades. She's at 7, and we know now she's at 8 points. I rolled a 6. So I'm probably going to have to play my mono here. I've got 8 points. I really need to upgrade 2 things. That's my only way to win. I know white is trying to upgrade as well, but I know he got a ton of wheat as well. So I mono for wheat, at least hoping to slow him down a little bit. Can't buy dev cards anymore. There's 0 left in the deck. So it's upgrade time. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to build 2 cities. I'll upgrade this 3-8, and if I get lucky, I might be able to win. I mean, I need a 4, 11, or 8. That would give me the win. So I think I got to pass here, right? No point in changing the wheats, because I need 2 wheats. So I need 4, 8, or 11, and I need white not to just win this game right here. 9 rolls, giving me a ton of wood. So I have the game. Well, not quite yet. White extends. Okay, so he creates another option for himself to build a settlement. I roll a 7. That's fine, I guess. I guess I'll dump these woods. I'm thinking, should I keep 2 wheats and then actually keep 3 woods? But I don't think that'll help me. I need an ore. I need an ore roll. So I'm thinking about maybe I should dump this sheep. I don't really need the sheep, but yeah, I'm not sure that was the optimal move actually, but we'll need a little luck here. Yep, so blue plays her knight. At least she uses it on white. Wow, 9 rolls. Makes me question throwing away all those woods. Maybe I should have thrown away the wheats and the sheep. I mean, keeping 2 wheats and throwing away 2 wheats and a sheep. Then I would have the game in the hand. Orange is saying she can take road. I don't think I want her to take road, because then she'll win the game. She has 8 points. Orange looking for brick. Looks like blue is just going to give it to her. I'm suggesting she block his settlement. Blue trading another brick to orange. Sure, why don't you give orange the game instead of giving white the game? Looks like she's extending. I don't know how she gets there with the number of cards she has, and she doesn't get there. I roll a 5, and that gives me the win. And I can upgrade right here and win the game. So wow, kind of pulled that one out. I think this was a very interesting game, not necessarily for what I did right, but probably more for what blue did wrong. Trading cards to the leader, trying to build that 6th settlement, and I think this was a good illustration at the end of the game of, counting the development cards and knowing what's left in the deck. Tracking those knights and victory points are very important, and blue just totally blew it, even though I pointed out what was left, and I told everyone don't buy development cards except for orange, and she just totally did, which ruined our chances to extend the game. But I was fortunate. I used that mono that delayed white from upgrading for the win, and then got a bit lucky at the end with some good dice rolls. So that's a game. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.